Hello, little babies. It's Dr. Matey. Tonight I want to talk about the strange going ons over in Lahaina, Maui. What really bothers me is that they cut off the water to the firefighters. Now, why the hell did they do that? They get a major fire going on, and the firefighters can't get any water. I mean, it's ridiculous. Now, the other bizarro thing that is a real head shaker is why the police blocked the roads, the only escape out of the town. And there were hundreds of cars stacked up, and these people got emoliated by the fires that blew through. Whenever there's a big fire going, it creates its own vortex of winds. It creates the winds, and the fire becomes stronger, more intense, and it moves faster. Now, why on earth would the sheriff, the law enforcement there on Maui, prevent people from the only escape route to get away from the fires? Now, there's something terribly wrong with that. Nobody's answered that. The question hasn't even been asked or raised by the mainstream media. That, to me, would be the first thing I would investigate. Who is responsible for giving those orders to tell those people to block the roads? Now, come on, ask yourself, why? Why did this happen? You know. And then the other thing is, too, that's really strange, is the government has taken over the entire investigation. They've blockaded the neighborhoods with dark, I don't know, tarps or some kind of vinyl sheeting or something so that you can't look into the areas that have been burned. And then they made it illegal to fly drones over the affected areas that got burned to a crisp. Now, then you got the missing children, and we're supposed to believe that there maybe aren't that many missing children. They didn't get turned to charcoal as we all feared, but they just relocated to different schools, enrolled in different schools and everything. But you can check the flight logs, and the boat logs out of, the terminus in Maui and see who was on board. I mean, they have names of the passengers, and you can compare them to the missing children. Now, also, you had fires on boats that were moored off the shore of Lahaina. They just caught on fire spontaneously. Now, that's pretty weird. And you got people who had nowhere to go except to jump into the ocean to keep themselves from being baked, turned into a crispy critter, turned into a pile of ashes like so many of the people who died on Maui during that fire. This is an abomination. This is our government doing this. And why do we let them get away with this? Why aren't we calling for an investigation? We want the truth to come out. We want to know who's responsible for this. And it's a terrible thing. Well, that's what's been bothering me today. I've been thinking about it on this anniversary of 9/11. And 9/11 isn't exactly, it didn't go down exactly as, the government tells you it did. They had the 9/11 Commission. That was a whitewash, like the Warren report on the Kennedy assassination. Bush and Cheney both testified in front of the committee that was doing the investigation on the 9/11 Commission, but they did not testify under oath. That means any lies they may have concocted or, espoused or verbalized couldn't be held against them if they was found out to be a lie. Now, if they were sworn testimony under oath, then you would see they could face the possibility of a criminal conviction. But since it wasn't under oath, Well, they couldn't do anything about it, right? Well, well, the story eventually come out, as it always does. It might take 100 years, just like taking over 60 years to find out about JFK, and they still haven't released all the documents there. But they'll be released soon enough, and we'll find out who was at the bottom of this, and then we can move on from that one to the next government cover-up. Call me a conspiracy theorist. Call me a kookamonga. Hmm. Well, that's Dr. Matey's, take for today. I know it's a little rough, but, these are the things we have to face and ask questions. You have to ask questions. Otherwise, you'll never know the answers. All right, my friends, you have a great night. I love you, and take care.